Hello, Gnome, and welcome to your April 2017 episode of Fandom Feature, my newest segment to my channel. And the movie that I planned on reviewing today was not something that I originally had in my schedule. The only reason why I did this was because I was trying to find a great way to honor one of the great character actors of the last 30-40 years, and of course that is Bill Paxton, who left us too soon. And he has done so many movies, but when it comes to one of the craziest and most standout roles that Bill Paxton has, it has to be from one of the most standout movies that the legendary teen comedy writer and director John Hughes gave us. And that, of course, is Weird Science, starring the late Bill Paxton, of course, but also including Anthony Michael Hall, Elon Mitchel-Smith, Kelly LeBrock, and an extremely young and unknown at the time, Robert Downey Jr. Picture two nerdy guys who are just so horrible with their social lives, particularly in the women's department, but because of how smart they are, well, I think that Wyatt is a little bit smarter than Gary, and if you've watched the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They thought, what do we need to go try and pick up women when we can create a woman ourselves and let this woman succumb to our every whim? So that's what they do. They go to Wyatt's computer, which is something that I always appreciated from John Hughes. There were not many directors in the 1980s that showed the average moviegoer exactly what a personal computer could do at the time. And he always gave us amazing exposure to technology. We saw it in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he used his computer to change his grades. And this time around, we saw the use of early modems and early computer hacking, like we had seen in another Matthew Broderick movie, War Games, how they tap into the best receiving end of the computer world to use all of this input and gather all this data to make their creation, Lisa. But Lisa is not as perfect as these two nerds thought that she was going to be. As a matter of fact, while she is as sweet as sugar, she's got a little bit of a spicy side to her. But her intentions are not to go crazy. Her intentions are seeing these two creators of hers, and she's like saying, oh my god, these guys are such losers. They can be so much better if they only conquer their fears. And their fears relate to so many things, from social gatherings to standing up to bullies, and of course, one of the biggest bullies of this movie is Chet, played by Bill Paxton, who is Wyatt's older brother. Wyatt is probably one of the most relatable characters for me because of how truly good and innocent he is, but he just deserves something truly special in his life. So throughout the movie and all of this outlandish stuff that you will see, these two will, in fact, finally be the men that they are supposed to be. This movie as a whole is very much fun. It is not perfect, but it is fun. It is so weird at certain points in time. You're actually surprised that John Hughes actually went in certain directions that he did. I mean, we saw a couple of interesting things in 16 Candles and some hilarious stuff in other movies of his. When you take a movie like The Breakfast Club that he had just done, you know, it was very much real and very down to earth and relatable. You would not expect a movie like Weird Science to come out, but maybe that was just right for the time. Maybe we need a little breath of fresh air and some craziness. Not to mention an amazing 80s soundtrack, which is headed up by Oingo Boingo. And it's just a fun movie. There are laughs, there are some serious moments, there's some very heartfelt moments, and it's just a fun and enjoyable film. It's not a movie that everybody is gonna love. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it, but me, I own it. I've watched it multiple times, and when it comes to anything that John Hughes makes, I am always right there, because he was, without a doubt, one of the greatest directors for teen comedy, and he influenced so many people that came after him, like Kevin Smith and Richard Linklater, just to name a few. But I feel that we really are lacking that amazing charm that teen comedies gave us in the 70s and 80s, and even going into the 90s. We really haven't gotten that many great teen comedy films in the last 10 years, although one that I really have been dying to see, Edge of 17, I feel that from what I've heard, that has captured the true essence of John Hughes, Cameron Crowe films. But for now, guys, if you haven't seen Weird Science, if you are a John Hughes fan, you should definitely give this one a try. If you're a Bill Paxton fan, you will definitely see an interesting side to him. So Weird Science, guys, those are my thoughts. Put your comments down in the box below, and let's discuss it. And I'll see you guys in the next fandom feature. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.